So after a week break, chapter 151 is finally here, and seeming like Kana's really taken the initiative now. After texting Aqua to meet up with her in the last chapter, Kana goes even further in this chapter and tells Aqua how she truly feels, leaving the ball in his court. Whatever Aqua decides, I'm sure Kana fans will still be happy with how the girl is acting right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna start with the chapter, which opens with Kana being interviewed. We see her saying that learning is a lifelong experience, which is why she reads all kinds of books. Then the reporter starts talking over some scenes being shown of Kana, explaining that Kana was once a popular child actor, and is now the center of the popular idol group Bikomachi. Although I feel like Ruby is the main attraction. I digress though, and we see that Kana's acting skills have been highly praised as well, especially after appearing on Masanori Shima's latest film, Overlooking. If you remember, Shima was the director Kana was caught with during the Scandal arc, and the movie they're referring to is most likely the one Ruby was watching Kana film in chapter 120. With Kana finally starting to get interviews, it seems like her popularity might be starting to rise once again. Kana was always a great actor, and now she'll have the popularity to go with it basically, like Akane has. As they continue to talk about Kana's acting, we can see that Aqua is watching the interview on his TV while getting ready with what seems to be his school uniform. That's confirmed when we see him meet with Kana soon after. She too is wearing her old school uniform, and she had actually told Aqua to meet her like that. With his black star gun watching Kana, Aqua questions why the school uniforms. She says it's nostalgic to her, while Aqua believes a graduate like Kana wearing a school uniform is basically just cosplay. However, Kana reveals that she just wanted to try out a uniform date. Aqua himself seems quite a bit surprised by the word date, and questions Kana if that's actually what she said. Surprisingly, Kana just turns around and just casually admits it. When Kana turns away from him after, then we can see that she's still somewhat nervous, fiddling with her glasses. Fortunately for her, Aqua just seems to accept it. Seems like the text Kana sent at the end of last chapter was a huge success. She finally took a chance and it paid off. Now the question is, how is this date gonna go? And even Aqua himself questions what she has planned. For starters, out of all the things Kana could have brought with her, she decided to bring a baseball and a baseball glove. They're gonna play catch on a date, and even Aqua is questioning if she's being for real. Kana however counters by saying she'll throw those words right back at him. After all, it was 2 years ago that Aqua met up with Kana and took her to play some catch. Of course, Kana doesn't know what Aqua's true intentions were back then, as that moment took place after Akane's first performance as Ai. It was there that Kana helped Aqua realize he was just seeing Ai inside Akane, and there was nothing else to it. Kana was really the only one Aqua could hang out casually with, and of course, that was a moment Kana cherished. Hard to believe 2 years have passed in the manga since then too. Aqua does point out some of the more clearer differences from the last time, like how they're both well-known people to the general public now. They're always going to be watched, so they can't just go to any old park. Kana knew about that too though, which is why she decided to wear the school uniform in the first place. That's also why Aqua is wearing the mask too, by the way. We then see them actually on school grounds playing catch, as Aqua points out that's the complete opposite from back then, when they skipped school to play catch. This time they're running into the school to play catch. It is indeed ironic, but I'm also questioning how they even got in without being noticed. Even if they're wearing school uniforms, it's kinda wild they were still able to sneak in that easily. But perhaps the field isn't even that close to the campus. Either way, both of them are smiling, and Kana mentions how school is a place to protect students. Yet she never thought of it that way back then. To Aqua, it seems like Kana talks like she really understands things. Kana throws the ball back at Aqua, saying it's because she's a mature woman now. Then she questions what Aqua's plans for the future are. Kana knows he's smart, and is certain he'll end up going to a good university. Aqua catches the ball, and holds it up in a very similar way he did the last time on the field, when he was lost in thought. It turns out, Aqua's thinking of applying to medical school. It seems like Goro's spirit hasn't been nearly as vanquished as we thought after the last chapter. I had forgotten the option was still on the table, so it was surprising to see Aqua still considering that. If acting really was just a means of revenge though, which he has stated on multiple occasions, then being a doctor again does make sense. At least, Aqua's willing to live peacefully in this world now, assuming he's being truthful to Kana here. Kana herself is a bit surprised too, and Aqua continues by saying being a heart surgeon has always been his dream for a very long time. A dream of 2 lifetimes. And guess what? A heart surgeon is actually called a cardiothoracic surgeon, someone who is capable of operating on the area Ai was stabbed. Someone who could save Ai's life if they are able to act immediately, something Aqua couldn't do at the time. This actually shows in Aqua's expression, which shows no excitement at all. He looks depressed, perhaps remembering the reason why he has dreamt of being a heart surgeon for such a long time. Kana on the other hand seems genuinely excited about the prospect of Aqua becoming a doctor, She thinks it suits Aqua very well, because she knows he'll save many lives. He'll be a symbol of hope for his patients, like he was for Serena, and become a great doctor. Being a doctor is the perfect role for someone like Aqua, who loves to help others. As Kana says that though, Aqua has shielded his face from her with his baseball glove hand, and asks if Kana really means it. Our boy Aqua is getting shy right now, and even Kana realizes Aqua is blushing. A very rare occasion, as she points out, before Aqua suddenly flings the ball back at Kana, to her surprise. Aqua seems to have lost composure for a bit, which is actually kinda nice to see. His cool and calm demeanor seems gone for the moment, as he now asks Kana what her dream is. Does she still want to be a nationally renowned actress? But then Kana just casually flexes all over Aqua, saying she had already achieved that dream when she was only 5 years old. I mean, I don't even know if that's a flex, but she's not lying at all though, which is why it's hilarious. Even Aqua's a bit stumped too. Kana does explain that while it would be better the more her brand sells, she doesn't think that can be called her dream. In a sense, it was a life without dreams back then for her. Aqua questions if that was her only dream though, and Kana says no, she has a different dream now. Aqua gazes at Kana and asks what is it then. Now it's Kana's turn to hide part of her face now while blushing, before throwing the ball back at Aqua. Then as soon as Aqua catches the ball, Kana reveals that her true dream is that she wants Aqua to only look at her, leaving Aqua completely stunned by her, just like he was at the end of Kana's first live performance for Bikomachi. And Kana states the thought she had back then as well. She would be his only idol. That's her current dream. Aqua remains silent as Kana continues. On the last day of the live tour for Bikomachi, which so happens to fall on Christmas Day, she wants Aqua to go to the live performance, where she'll graduate from Bikomachi, essentially her last performance before leaving the group. However, Kana has some doubts about being able to outshine Ruby, or brighten the concert more than Memcho, but she assures Aqua that she'll do her best. And bruh, Aqua's just staring at her still, completely speechless. Then Kana ends the chapter telling Aqua that if he can say she's his favorite idol, then Kana would become his only star. With that said, if I were a better man, which I am right now, I believe Kana and Aqua will share their first kiss on Christmas. That's assuming Hikaru doesn't kill her first. I know all Kana fans must be delighted with the way things are progressing, but don't forget that Hikaru is still lurking in the shadows. And man, Kana's looking like the perfect target for Hikaru right now. Akane and Ruby are the obvious choices, but Aqua has slowly been building up Kana in the background. She's been the only girl out of touch with the revenge plot, someone who Aqua has willingly kept at arm's length to protect. But now Kana's popularity is finally rising with this new movie, and she's taken the next step by telling Aqua she'd be his only star, essentially competing with Ruby for that spot I once had. Kana's already achieved her first dream, and perhaps she will achieve her current dream as well, but at the cost of her life for shining so brightly. Well, it's either that or Kana and Aqua just get together on Christmas. It's probably the safest option, but predictable as well. I feel like I'm sounding like a salty Akane fan right now, so I'm just gonna stop right there. I did find it interesting though, we got to learn what Aqua's current dream is. Of course, it's still tied back to his past, and the guilt he felt for failing to save Ai. That's what his dream symbolizes. On the other hand, Aqua believes he's acting solely for revenge, but perhaps that's not what he truly believes. Yet, Aqua can't truly commit to being an actor until he can completely let go of his dream, born out of his dark past. And that doesn't even have to be through revenge. Aqua does seem like he's finally willing to live his life now, and be with someone he loves. But I believe we'll know Aqua is truly free once he decides to commit to being an actor, not for revenge, but because it's something he genuinely enjoys. And it ultimately connected him to Kana, potentially the love of his life. What do y'all think though? Will Aqua and Kana make their relationship official on Christmas? Or will Hikaru completely shatter Aqua's spirit before then? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some more Oshi content here too that you can check out. Peace.